Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and I'm tired as hell. Hey, this is Scarcastle.
What's up, guys?
Hey, I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy as hell.
Yeah, I'm pretty awake, but that's how it is tonight. And
well, that's how it is. That's how it is every night because you got a new baby. You gotta get your ass up.
Yeah, Amber lets me sleep though because she knows that I'll let her sleep during the day and stuff. And I'll do help out during the day, and I gotta work and all that. So, but if she really needs me, I'm on my feet pretty fast there. I mean, I'll be about, half asleep doing what I'm doing, but I'll get it done.
Yeah, I think in the early days with Pooh Bear, we just kind of went back and forth. Like, Pooh Bear wakes up, it's like, okay, whose turn is it? Okay, it's your turn. All right, I'll go back to sleep. And then we just kind of went back and forth like.
Yeah.
So everything good so far?
Yeah, at this point, he's still in a bassinet, which is kind of by her bed. So there's no real, let him cry it out, try to self-soothe type deal, because we wouldn't get no sleep that way. You know what I mean? Since it's right if he had his own room and stuff, you could kind of ignore it, you know what I mean? To where, because sometimes, unless they're hungry or they need a diaper change, sometimes they're just mad, and it's just that they want to be held, or they want to be, and they can't be held or all the time, and that it helps to. It's hard to like sit there and let your baby cry, but sometimes that's what you got to do. But
you're supposed to let them cry sometimes because it's something that I read a long time ago. You have to let them learn how to console themselves.
Yeah.
But it's really, really difficult to listen to.
Right.
In order to let that shit happen.
Right. Yeah. And this time around we didn't get a crib. We just, cause last time we had a crib, cause that's what you do. You know what I mean? And then he was in the pack and play more than he was the crib, just because he just wanted to be there. So this time we just got the pack and play, which it is like basically a fold up playpen type deal. That can be a crib.
I'm pretty sure every parent knows what a pack and play is. I think we started off with a really, really fancy one of those. It had like the little bassinet thing at the top of it, and then it had this platform that spun around, and then it laid flat against the side when you weren't using it, and that was a changing table. That's where we started. Eventually, we did get a crib and stuff like that. But that's where we started with Pooh Bear.
Yeah, because that's how this one is. It it has the bassinet in the top, and once it gets big enough, you can take that out and have him in the big part. But and then it has the changing table part, and it has a little like the cover thing that I don't know what you call that. It's like a little cover that can go up that has little dinglies at the top or whatnot. You can put that on there. Mm-hmm. But
I know what you mean.
I don't know really what the point of that, unless you had it outside or something. You know what I mean? It's not going to like shield him from anything in the house. And which is funny, we got a mobile thing.
Maybe it's to cut the brightness down if they're sleeping during the day.
Right. Yeah. That can be too. But yeah, we got this mobile from somebody, and that has to go on the side of a crib or a bed. And we had an extra bed frame, like a bed frame. So I took the backboard, and just put it against the wall, and secured it against the wall. Put the mobile on that, and put the pack and play up against that, so the mobile could be over the pack and play, because there's no way to put the mobile on the pack and play. So I kind of,
you just rigged it.
Yeah, just rigged it a little bit.
So but, how's it feel being a father again?
It feels good. Like, I've kind of missed that first year when they're babies. Like when the first time you had a kid, you're like, man, I can't wait till they get a little older. It's going to be easier. Dude, that first year is once you see how they are when they're older. Like I could do like a pre-1-year-old baby like for the rest of my life.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, you know
Well,
what I mean? It's
that's
so
what they
easy.
say. When you're a first time parent, the only thing that you want when they're like newborns is you can't wait for them to walk and talk. But as soon as they do, you want them to sit down and shut up.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, that's the easiest. Is like so it's been like really cool to where you know holding a baby. It's not gonna like back talk you or say that he wants to play Minecraft for the next 5 hours.
Oh my god, I went through that this weekend, and it was The Sims.
But and because I'm going through a lot of that stuff with my son, and like it's like, dude, like I like video games, but I can like have a conversation to people about something else. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I like hearing video game talk from him or from other people makes me not like video games. I'm like, can we talk about music or something? Can we talk?
Well,
You know what I mean?
you're from a different era. You're from an era where we actually had other shit to do.
Yeah.
And we actually went outside to play with our friends and stuff like that. Most of them, their lives are on these video games, and when they get a little bit older, social media and all that kind of stuff, their lives are here. So, we were, we were brought into this, but we had something else before. You know what I mean? We remember what life was like before the internet, really.
Right, and we also remember what it is. Sometimes when people say pre-internet, they're not meaning pre-internet, like dial-up. They're meaning pre-2006. They're meaning pre-Facebook and pre-YouTube. That's pre-internet. When you had E-Bombs World, that's pre-internet.
Right.
So back then, our parents didn't know nothing about that stuff. So just today, he was playing the Portal demo, and he was like, "Hey, Dad, can you help me with this?" And then I go in there, and he immediately just hands me the controller. I was like, "Nope, that's not what we're doing. I'm going to help you problem solve it, but you're going to do it."
Right.
So
I did the when Portal. Yeah, it was the first Portal.
uh-huh.
Yeah, the Portal has all of the stuff on the orange box. It all has commentary.
Yeah.
And the commentary is great because they tell you like what you were supposed to learn by this and where that was supposed to go. They tell you about the thought process of this is why we did this way. And I found that, I used to find like, commentaries on DVDs and stuff like that to be like super interesting. Like nobody cares about that shit now, but like used to find that stuff super interesting. So I did that. And then like I let my ex-wife play Portal 1, and I'm watching, and I'm trying my hardest not to help because I'm watching everything that they said. I'm watching all of that happen in real time. Like her learning, okay, this is how to do this. This little bit of information that I got, I'm supposed to turn that into this thing. And I'm watching all of that in real time, and I found that to be fascinating.
Right. And because the whole thing was that, our parents didn't know how to do it. So it's either we figured it out on our own, we looked it up, which we didn't have YouTube tutorials. We had to go on like these ad-ridden like cheat sites that had like text,
right. And or like or we had to find them in magazines.
Yeah. So we because our parents aren't going to help us. You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to do it. So
right.
It's either.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's how I felt this weekend. My daughter is like super into The Sims 4. And she tried to play. She's been playing on PC for some time, and she tried to. I downloaded the Xbox version, and she was just like, and she gave up like pretty quickly. She was just like, I just can't do this with a controller. Like, she didn't want to sit there and learn how to do it with a controller. And then, so we're playing the game, and like, she decides to make a new family, and she decides to build a house where, well, I'm sitting there watching her, and then I'm giving her tips on like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do here. You probably should do this. You probably should do this. And like, I'm asking her, like, seriously, you put how many hours into this game? How the fuck do you do this without me? Because it's like she wanted to make a house and she didn't know how to make a house. And I'm like, well, how have you done this before? Like, you put hours and hours into this game at home. How have you done any of this before? Because
so
like,
the cheat.
Well, we watched because she wants the new dogs and cats thing. So we watched someone play the dogs and cats, and that guy was building a house, and he did a cheat. So she was just like, well, now I don't feel bad for cheating. So she did the cheat, but she did the cheat for like 1,000. I was like, no. And I pulled up, I pulled up the internet, and I was like, look, do this one. It gives you 50,000. Like, I'm just like helping her cheat, but it's a single player game, so it's not hurting anybody.
Right. Cause like the Sims, like it's like the difference in playing the Sims regular and playing the Sims, with the cheats on, it's kind of like the difference in playing Minecraft on the survival mode or Minecraft in the creative mode. Like, sometimes you just want to be creative and not have to worry about your house burning down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know anything about Minecraft. Like, I've seen a little bit, but I understand what you're saying, but I don't know very much about Minecraft.
Yeah, it's just there's two basic modes. One is like basically a survival game, and the other one is you're building just basically Legos.
Okay.
But yeah, because that's what my son mostly does is the creative mode, because he just likes to mess around. But yeah, and even Minecraft creative mode, even though it's cool that kids can be creative, but it also that's almost what keeps kids on Minecraft, I think, to where they're not going to go play another game because this game has challenge. Even if I died in this game, but in Minecraft, I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah,
I can just do whatever I want.
I just don't understand. I'm not from their generation, so I don't really understand games where I have to make my own fun and I have to make all of my own stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand like that type of thing. Now, granted, I have been playing a decent amount of RimWorld until like until like Wednesday when she was here. I've been playing a lot of RimWorld, and that is it's a lighter version of Make Your Own Fun, but they keep throwing stuff at you. It's basically like, I guess you would say it's a survivor mode.
Yeah, because that's what I was about to say, that even though you don't like the sandboxy, like DayZ, like because Minecraft is basically a game like DayZ, except it's more kid friendly, but the games that you play are kind of like the city builders and stuff are kind of like that as well. It's just they're just portrayed in a different way that makes it more appealing to you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in RimWorld is like there is challenge, but it's random, and I can set it on to where I just build a colony and just let it, and not have to deal with any real dangers. But that's not how I want to play. Like, I want it to be like, I want it to be like I can lose at this. Now, most of the time when I'm losing, I just reload a save. But and there's been some crazy shit that happened to me in RimWorld. I got attacked by just a bunch of Muffalo before, like Manhunter pack of Muffalo. I got hit by a Manhunter pack of Huskies. I had all kinds of stuff happen, like, and it's random, and you got to be prepared for it. But it's different in the fact that it's not a first person game. It's it's kind of top down, and you're building a colony, but your colony has to survive in every aspect, and it's more of a management thing as opposed to just a item management game, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because that's why, like, I really dug Fallout 3, but then when Fallout 4 came around, I wanted to like it, but when they added all the management stuff, like, it just kind of, and I know you didn't really have to do that stuff, but since it kind of made you feel like you had to do it, it made me kind of lose interest to where, I don't know, like, the whole, Fallout, I don't know, maybe I should give it another chance, but it's been so long that
I've never played I haven't played very much Fallout at all. I own 3 and New Vegas. I've never opened New Vegas. Well, I've never used New Vegas. I bought it used. And I tried Fallout 3. I made a mistake in making a mistake and putting the game down made it very hard to go back to the game.
Yeah. Fallout 3 really hooked me when it came out, and I kind of only played that when it came out. And that was back when I kind of just didn't really play many games. I would just buy one game, and that was kind of that, and whatever Call of Duty was out was basically all I was playing at the time. So, and Left 4 Dead. Because Left 4 Dead and Fallout 3 came out, like, around the same time. But
yeah. So you said you were home for only a week, right?
yeah, I was home for a week, and then I went back the weekend before Thanksgiving, and then actually that Sunday I was like, wait a minute, I looked at my calendar, I was like, Thanksgiving is Thursday. Like, it was like it was like the week of Thanksgiving, and I didn't realize it was Thursday. So yeah, I was off a little bit during that, so been trying to make up stuff, so it's been a little crazy. But that's kind of how it is. Like, I wish that Christmas was like in the summer sometime, like because it really sucks having 2 major holidays right so close to each other.
It doesn't bother me much because Thanksgiving is really all about food. So like, yeah, but this year for me is going to be a little bit different because with my daughter, this is my Thanksgiving year. This is not my Christmas year. So this is my Thanksgiving year. So I don't have her on Christmas. So I just get to buy some stuff and send it. I don't have to do very much at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really got to do. I just got to send some gifts. The ex-wife will wrap it and be like, hey, this is from Dad. Cool.
Because my thing is mainly trying to make sure we see different family, and, like, doing those things, I can't work while I'm seeing family, you know what I mean? So,
right. I kind of miss my family on Thanksgiving. I stayed here, because I wasn't feeling very good, and Pooh Bear wasn't feeling very good, and, my car is shit. So I just stayed here. It was just me, my girlfriend, and my Pooh Bear. And so we just kind of, did the thing here. Pooh Bear played The Sims. My girlfriend fell asleep and pretty much left me to make all of the food. And so I just woke her up when I was finished, and I put some music on, and I spent the time just laughing and dancing and sitting, in the kitchen by my goddamn self, for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Nice.
Until it was time to eat, then everybody was up, and then But yeah, I spent most of the day cooking by myself, and then then we ate together and such.
Cool. Yeah, this year for Thanksgiving we did the turkey the same way we did last year, because normally and this was the first time we really did like it all ourselves. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And because before, like, they would just put the turkey in the oven. That's it's baked turkey, and turkey was always this thing to where it's there because it's Thanksgiving. It's okay. It's really dry, but this past couple of years we've been using the injectors with the Cajun seasoning and stuff, and using some dry rub on the turkey. This year and last year, the turkey was completely gone before anything else. Like,
yeah, I've never been a turkey fan, so.
Right, yeah, I haven't. I mean, turkey's better like the next day when you make a turkey sandwich or something. But but seasoning it up with those injectors and making sure it has a little bit of a taste to it, and plus it makes it more juicy. So yeah, like we didn't have a bunch of turkey leftovers, so that was awesome. Normally it's just like we have turkey and all over the refrigerator after it's done.
Yeah, I did a ham. That was the main dish. I did a ham, and my girlfriend looked up this recipe where you cook a ham in a crock pot with the pineapples and brown sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And that came out pretty decent. But I'm it was just a big old ham for like 3 people, one of which wasn't going to eat very much of it. So it's just, I don't know. I would have rather have done something else personally. I did do some other stuff, but it's just,
I think
since I don't do turkey, like the whole Thanksgiving thing is a little bit diminished for me off the rip.
Right. I mean, I dig like the stuffing more than the turkey. You know what I mean? The mashed potatoes, and it's like Thanksgiving's about the sides more than the main thing. But except for these past couple of years, we made that turkey freaking awesome. But yeah, our desserts we had a pecan pie and a sweet potato pie. So that's all we really did.
Blue, he said pecan.
I did.
Because that's the actual name of it. It's pecan pie, not no fucking pecan.
Fucking. I had to say something about your pumpkin pie hate though. Here's what I have to say is that I like them both. I depending on my mood, I like one more than the other most of the time. Pumpkin pie seems to be a little bit more on the spicier, like cinnamon side, and than sweet potato pie. But they're too similar to hate one of them. Like I don't understand. Like I understand liking pumpkin more than sweet potato or sweet potato more than pumpkin, but like absolutely despising one over the other. I'm sense.
Like I don't know very many people in my life that has even tried pumpkin pie. Like we don't fuck with pumpkin pie at all. Like it's just not a thing for us. So like you say something about pumpkin pie, I'm like get that shit the fuck out my face. Like no, like that's how I feel about it. I'm way more of get that shit the fuck out of my face as opposed to oh my god it's disgusting. It's like no, we don't fuck with that. That's basically what it is. Is we don't fuck with that. It's not oh my god it's gross.
Well, in my opinion, if you like sweet potato pie, you should at least sort of like pumpkin pie. They're too similar. I mean, like I may like sweet. I don't know which one I like more. I'm thinking it's sweet potato pie. But
if you offer me some pie and I have any other option, I'm going to choose the other option. I'm never going to choose pumpkin pie.
Right.
Never. I'm just never. It's just not in me to give a shit about pumpkin pie. And like I said, I can't even tell you if they taste similar. I ain't never tasted. I never wanted to.
It's almost like loving glass windows, but you fucking hate plexiglass. You fucking hate the shit. It's like
I don't hate pumpkin pie. I just refuse to even try it.
What the fuck is that shit?
I just don't care. If I have any other option, I'm not gonna choose that. It's kind of for me. It's the same thing with bananas. It's the same thing with bananas, right? Like I don't hate bananas. Like it's like I don't hate I don't like banana flavoring, but like if you have like a fruit basket and you say you can have anything you want, the bananas are gonna get chose last. Like, it's just not, like, if I have any other choice, I'm gonna choose something else. And that's just what it is for me. It's not like I hate it. I don't even know what it is. Like, get that shit the fuck out of my face. Like, I just don't care about pumpkin pie. In the same way, I don't really care about bananas. And it's weird because I make an excellent banana pudding, but I won't eat it myself.
That's how my grandma was. Like, later in life, when we stayed with her a lot when she was, a little bit more where she needed someone around. Mm-hmm. I didn't know exactly how much shit she didn't eat because she cooked all this fucking shit. I I would eat. I wouldn't like sit there and watch her eat, so I wouldn't know. I'm not, because I was trying to make her a plate to take to the rest home, and I was asking Dad. I was like, "Does she like cranberry sauce?" And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Does she like stuffing?" I don't know. Like I've never. We don't like look at when we're eating. We're either talking or we're eating. I'm not looking, and I don't give a shit what other people are eating. Unless it's like affected what I had to eat, like because we had if I was eating with someone that was extremely picky and I had to like choose something that I didn't want just to appease them, then I would know what they don't like. But normally, like at a Thanksgiving or like some sort of potluck, they're picking what they want. I'm picking what I want, and I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. Like I don't care about what anybody else wants except for I have to care that my girlfriend doesn't want anything with cheese in it, and my daughter is picky. One day she loves something, the next day she hates it. Who the fuck knows? Kids, like it's just one of those things. I don't know. But those are only two people that I have to at least think about what they eat. So
it seems to me like you're not really that picky on. Like, you're not really that picky. It's just you don't give a shit about a lot of stuff.
Yes, and that's what I try to tell Blue. Like, Blue calls me a hater, and I'm not really a hater because there's not a whole lot of things that I absolutely hate on. There's just things that I'm very apathetic about. Like, it's just things that I just don't care about. Like, you bring up JRPGs, I'm just kind of like, meh. And it's not even like, oh my God, I hate JRPGs. But it's like, no, I just don't care to play any. And, like right. Action games, like, yeah, action games may be fun to you, but the action games that I've played just don't do it for me. So I'm just going to avoid action games at this point. Like, it is not like I hate them. And it's like, like, oh my God, you're playing that Final Fantasy crap. Like, no, I don't actually hate it. Like, it's just not for me. So I just don't like, like Blue calls me a hater because he takes all of this as like saying that I'm hating on it, but I'm not hating on anything. And other people have said that. Other people have called me a hater, and I'm like, well, how am I a hater? And I don't even care enough about some of this stuff to hate it. And that's how I feel about pumpkin pie. I don't care enough about it to hate it. Like, I care very little about pumpkin pie. Like I said, if I have any other choice, I'm not going to choose that. Period.
Because I realized when you said that you're kind of picky, but when you said you liked on your pizza like pepperoni and mushrooms and something else, that's not a picky person. Most picky person on their pizza, it's maybe pepperoni. Most of the time, it's just cheese.
No. My favorite pizza is pepperoni, sausage, and mushroom. Now there are other variations that I can enjoy. Like, I can enjoy a supreme as long as they ain't no fucking olives. Just a regular fucking supreme and no olives. A meat lover's pizza is cool with me. Paul.
Yeah, see, that's not picky. That's just
no. I'm not. I wouldn't call myself picky. I'm specific.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's better. That's a more specific way to say it.
Yes, I'm very specific about what I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and I'm not going to bother with something with something outside of the things that I already know that I like. Hey,
if you tell someone to jump in the ocean, you might need to be a little bit more specific.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, it's like almost 11 o'clock. So.
Yeah, that there's this Facebook post where this dumb girl put like that her pussy is wetter than the Pacific Ocean, and people kept fucking with her saying, which ocean? She said the specific one. Yeah, specifically which ocean? Like they just kept going back with her because she didn't understand that it wasn't specific, it was the Pacific, and that type of thing.
But if she was really witty about it, she would have said, it's the Pacific,
No, that's just if she wants to be punny about it.
Yeah. But we should start getting into some other stuff if you want to talk about it, because it's, getting on 11.
Okay, I real quick, I finally got my first work bonus, and I finally got the first the first thing that I needed to get done to my car. So now my car actually runs now. But I spent a whole month basically, well, the car got fixed on like Tuesday. So like since like the beginning of October, I couldn't really use my car very much. So I got used to just getting what I need to get, staying at home. If I needed something quick and easy, walk over to Family Dollar, just get it and come back. So like my car got fixed and I still was like, well, I don't really want to go anywhere. Like it was to the point where I guess I just got used to not driving my car. So I didn't want to drive my car.
Right. Yeah. Well, I drive a lot, like at work and stuff. So when I'm at home and they're like, and Amber or someone's like, I want to get out of the house. I'm like, I really don't.
Right.
But unless it's to go eat, like I'll go eat. But most of the time it's just to get out, because. But I mean, I understand. You know, if they're stuck in the house, they're stuck in the house, and right. I'm not. I got to deal with it. But but anyway, but I don't think you ever told the people like what exactly was wrong with your car.
Oh, I found out that the first thing that was wrong with my car, I don't remember ever getting a tune-up, and my spark plugs had degraded in a way that there was actually oil in my spark plugs.
Which is funny because you were saying, man, I hope it's some dumb shit like a spark plug.
Exactly. That's what I said to my girlfriend. I was like, yo, I hope it's just something silly, something simple like just some spark plugs or something. Turns out that's what it was. That's the reason why my acceleration just went. And that's the reason why when I was trying to accelerate, the car just kept jumping because the spark plugs were, two of my spark plugs were like in the little chamber where the spark plugs go. I know very little about cars. In the little chamber where the spark plugs go, it was like oil stained and it was like oil all up in it.
Uh-huh.
So I got those switched out, and then I got a new air filter, which I'm still kind of pissy because last time I got an oil change, I was supposed to get my air filter replaced. I paid for the higher oil change and they did not replace my air filter, and I'm not happy about that at all. Fucking bastards. But yeah, but that's what I did initially. I still got to deal with my suspension, and the guy who fixed this, because I wasn't gonna fix it, but the guy who fixed this said that he's gonna look at my suspension and give me a price on it. To be honest, like to do the stuff that he did, he only charged me like $20. I gave him 50. Because, because I've been sitting at home, I have all of this money sitting here. Because I haven't gone anywhere and spent a whole bunch of money I didn't need. I have a decent amount of money sitting here. And that's kind of the reason why I went a little bit overboard with my daughter this weekend. Just simple stuff. It's like, okay, she needs some more pajama pants. So I bought she said she needs maybe 2 more pajama pants. So I bought, 3 or 4, and then I bought 2 like full pajama outfits, and then my daughter was asking me about buying stuff for The Sims because all that shit was on sale for Black Friday. So I, instead of buying her like the cheapest shit, like I bought her Dogs and Cats, which just came out, but I got a deal on it. Like that type of stuff. Like, I'm just doing stupid stuff for the sake of doing stupid shit. Like, I was like, okay, Pooh Bear, let's go get some cake. And then she was like, well, I want this rainbow marble cake. And I was like, well, it just has rainbow colors. It's vanilla cake. It just has rainbow colors. But I want it, Daddy. I was like, you know what? You can have it. Let's go get some fucking cake. Like, that's the kind of shit I was doing this weekend.
So I was about to say, are you going to take a picture of like a bunch of cash on the table with a bunch of cigar smoke, you sitting there?
No, because Bank of America fucked up my account. Yeah, we haven't recorded in a couple weeks. So I go to use my card on like the 14th, right?
Uh-huh.
And my card doesn't work. I have 2 checking accounts and a savings account. The second account that I have, I usually pay like my child support out of and stuff like that because that's the account that I have checks for.
Mm-hmm.
So the main account, I just use my card all the time because I have keep the change. It works out well for me because I'm not very good at saving money. So I went to use my card and the shit didn't work. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I call and they said that my card was used at an undisclosed merchant. So they just sent me a new card. and that my car, they said they sent me a message. They have my phone number and they have my email. They sent me an email, but the email was caught by a fucking spam filter, so I never saw the damn email. So I didn't even know that my car, they had sent me the thing days earlier saying that my car would stop working on the 14th. I had no fucking idea. So I'm sitting there waiting for the damn card. Now, when I needed a card earlier in the year, I had them send it to my old work address. So that's where I was expecting the card to go. So I kept calling over there. It was like, okay, let me know when it comes. I'll go pick it up. Nothing was happening. So I go to the fucking bank. Now I'm not saying this to be racist. Okay. This is just an observation. But around here, there are a lot of Mexicans. And a lot of them don't speak English, including my customers who, if I call them, they have no idea what I'm saying. I can't understand them. And so it's really difficult for me to get them to come pay their bills and shit on time because I can't fucking communicate with them. And it's the most annoying thing ever. So I go in this Bank of America and it is wall to wall Mexicans, in there. And it's Mexicans and one other brother who's working there and me. We're the only two people. Well, no, there was a white lady that was at the front desk. But like the three of us, well, in Pooh Bear, four of us, we're the only people in this bank that are not Latino. So the brother comes to me because, he notices me. So of course he knows he can come talk to me. So apparently he doesn't speak Spanish. So he knows he can come talk to me. So he comes and talks to me and he tells me to look it up online, while I'm waiting for the lady to deal with all of the Mexican people because, she starts talking and, as soon as the person in front of me was Mexican. So she starts speaking in Spanish and they hit it off right away. Just like she starts speaking in Spanish to the other guy and they hit it off and they whisk away. Everybody else is sitting there talking to the people for like hours. And I can't go to the regular teller to try to get a new fucking card. So I'm sitting there and then the guy tells me to pull it up. So I pull it up on the app and he tells me to see what address they sent it to. And it's not even the address that I gave them last. It was my fucking P.O. box that I already fucking closed. Like I closed that shit. I closed that shit like 6 months ago. Like seriously, I closed that P.O. box like 6 months ago, and they sent it to that. That was the address previous to the one that I gave them. So they sent it to that address, a P.O. box that I fucking closed, and that's why I never received it. So while I'm waiting, I wait on hold for a little bit, like because I was in the bank for like an hour. I just heard myself. I hear myself now.
You hear yourself?
Yeah, like an echo. It's a little weird. Okay, it's gone now. So I'm waiting in the bank for like an hour. I call them, have them change my address, have them send it to the right address, and then I just say fuck it. I walk up to the teller, I take all of my cash out of that account, and I just fucking leave because I was already sitting there for over an hour. So, and I was like, I'm hungry, like, fuck this. So I just take the cash out and I just leave. So apparently Bank of America is going to try to send me the card to the right location. Now people hate on Bank of America. And I was hating on Bank of America because they said that I used it at an undisclosed merchant. And so they had to send me a new card. But I was pissed off that they wouldn't tell me about, I was pissed off that they wouldn't tell me where I used it. So I know not to fucking use it there again.
Right.
But he said, the guy at the bank said, we're not going to tell you because it was a bunch of people that got hit. We don't want to tell you because we don't want to cause any problems with a whole bunch of y'all showing up to that place going, what the fuck did you do with my card? They caught it in time. They sent me a new card, the end for them,
Yeah.
So I did that and I left. So I have a little bit of cash, but I went to Walmart and I saw this computer and I wanted to buy this computer so bad. They had a computer. It's better than my Alpha, and it's an actual desktop as opposed to the little console thing. So I can actually use like more desktop parts if I need to switch some shit out, and so I saw this thing. It's $500, right?
$500.
It's an i5 processor. What my Alpha has an i3. It has 8 gigs of RAM, but of course, my Alpha has 8 gigs of RAM, but it's laptop RAM, so that's a plus. It has a decent video card. It has a terabyte hard drive. I don't have a terabyte hard drive on anything other than my Xbox. You know what I mean? Like all of my other hard drives for like my laptop, my Alpha and stuff like that, they're all 500s. Actually, I think my laptop is 750 at this point. So like I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, I want it. And my girlfriend was like, you better wait because you still got to deal with the suspension in your car. And I was like, but I want it. And it's Black Friday weekend. I can buy this thing right now and I still have money left over until, when I get paid on Friday. And she was just like, but you need to put the money to your car. And I'm like, fuck, I hate you. I want to buy this. When I get paid on Friday, if they still have it, I'm buying that fucking computer. Mm-hmm. And nice. now it's a fucking HP, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll deal with all of that shit on my own. And it's Windows 10 out the box, so I don't have to worry about the same problems that I'm having with the Alpha. I can't upgrade it because I had to upgrade to Windows 10, but none of the fucking updates, the Windows updates work, so I can't update it without buying a new version of Windows 10.
Yeah, and you're probably mostly gonna use it for like podcasting and streaming and stuff anyway. Not really like a bunch of gaming and stuff, right?
Well, I'm going to use it for gaming, but I'm using it to play the games that I like, which are like RimWorld and Person Architect and shit like that. I'm not using it to play like fucking, I'm not playing like no Crisis or Titanfall or no bullshit like that. Like I don't give a shit about that. I just want to play my games. And like me playing RimWorld after they just did an update, my frame rate is terrible now. I'm still playing, but my frame rate is terrible. Especially when I turn it on the higher speed, my frame rate is horrible. So I'm ready to get rid of this thing. I'm ready to give this thing to Pooh Bear. Let her play all of the Sims that she wants to, because the Sims runs just fucking fine. And I can move on with my computing life and eventually buy like a really cool like capture card and all that kind of stuff, and actually be able to put the capture card in the computer.
Right.
I am gonna get another capture card to record some videos. I don't necessarily care very much about streaming. I like making the videos and then putting them up. But I know that's not like everybody's deal. But I like doing that more than just streaming, especially because my internet here is not very strong.
Right.
I just did I just did a whole lot of talking about other shit. You want me to? We already talked about the games that I've been playing. Like literally, that's pretty. Like I've been playing RimWorld. I watched my daughter play The Sims. And for the last few weeks, I played a smidge, like a very very small amount of Destiny, but that's pretty much it. Like I've not done anything else.
Yeah. I did get a Black Friday deal. And I'll go into that in a second. Only thing I've really played other than that is I've played some more Persona 4 and Aiden likes to watch that now. So I kind of only play like when he would watch it or whatnot. So, and except for this one part, I made sure that I went through this one dungeon without him watching it just because of the subject matter. But because there's this certain dungeon to where because in Persona 4, each like person you have to save that they have some sort of issue that's going on, and the palette or the dungeon is based on whatever is their inner self or whatnot. And this particular character is like a Japanese idol, and he's been objectified sexually, and that dungeon is her way of dealing with that. So it's very sexual.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the only one I didn't like because he wouldn't get it.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's a thing where Pooh Bear was playing Life is Strange, and in one of the early episodes, one of the girls they're talking about like they get her drugged up and they take pictures and stuff of her, and like they basically hint around her being sexually assaulted, but Pooh Bear just didn't get it at all. And I go to try to explain, and I'm going, you know what? Never mind. Like, she didn't get it. I'm like, all right, cool, we cool. I ain't doing shit else. Like, that type of thing.
Yeah, because it was pretty much that, and because most of the game's pretty Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Scooby Doo, like just the guy's trying to do a mystery, and he kind of really digs that. So yeah, outside of that, on Black Friday week, PlayStation was doing their kind of deal, and I kind of have been going more digitally nowadays. So I got a bunch of games together that I'm not really playing, or that I've already got digitally, like old Uncharted games, older Call of Duty games that I don't really care about playing anymore. And then I actually traded in Mass Effect Andromeda because
hold on, go ahead, keep talking. Hold on, I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here for a second. Keep talking.
Okay. And I traded in what was that? I traded in Mass Effect Andromeda because I have it on the Xbox One, like digitally, like the whole, like the big deluxe edition or whatnot. So once I get that back, I'll still have the game. The main reason we got it on the Xbox or the PlayStation is just so we could play it. You know what I mean? So like actually owning it would be just on the Xbox since we have that digitally. But yeah, so I traded in a bunch of games and got about.
You said you traded in Andromeda?
Yeah, I traded in the PlayStation version because we pretty much got it on the PlayStation just so we can play it.
What'd you get?
But we have it on. Not much. It was like maybe $3.
Dude, you could have just sold it to me. If that was the case, I would have gave you at least 10.
Yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, we But here's the thing. Here's what I'm getting at is I just got a bunch of games together so I can at least get $20 in store credit, and I got that. And
Bruh, I would have just gave you $20 fucking. You didn't have to get your games together for that shit. If you really needed like I just told you, I was sitting on a bunch of money that I can't really use. Not that I really want to spend it, and not that I really want to send it to you. But if you just needed $20 fucking so that you could so you could buy something for Black fucking Friday, I would have sent you $20 fucking, dude.
Well, I mean, I had money. It's just I thought it'd been cool to like trade something in and like, actually not spend any money.
See, here's the thing: if you use my $20, you're not spending your money, right?
Right.
I would have put $20 on Andromeda.
You can still send me $20 if you want to, but
no, it's too late now. You already went to GameStop. Fuck it now.
Well, anyway, I got $26 from GameStop, and then I took my GameStop credit and bought a PlayStation card and got Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation.
Okay.
So GameStop actually didn't really, get any, anything out of that really. So which is funny, but yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like I've been trying to get because I think that it'd be cool, like to get her. Game of the year kind of list together. And since I hadn't played Horizon Zero Dawn, I was like, man, everyone's talking about this game, and I really wanted it, so I got to play this game. So, and then I started playing it, and at first I was like, it's really pretty and all that, and then it plays well, but until certain like story beats, man, does that game get really good? Like on in like a story way. Like the gameplay is fine. Like the gameplay is great, but that's not really why I like the game so much. Is that the whole story thing is really, really cool, and how they deal with like religion and like the future, but the future is the past type.
I only really played maybe the first hour. Like I played. It's not my kind of game. I'm not a sneaker. Like I don't like sneaking in games, and that's the shit that bothered the shit out of me. Like when you're training when she's a little kid, and you have to hide in the tall grass and shit. And I kept fucking that up. I was just like, you know what, fuck this. So I played enough to get to the point where she's getting ready to take that test or whatever.
Yeah.
In the very beginning, and then she becomes, I wouldn't say she's an adult, but she becomes like a teenager, I guess you could say.
She's a
Isn't
young.
she becomes a young adult? I played up until the point where she becomes a young adult, and
Yeah.
then I stopped it, and I've never been back.
Yeah, because she seems to me kind of like either a late teenager. She don't really seem like a teenager. She's like she seems like 20, 21, something around there. But anyway, the story beats get really good, and that, like the proving or whatever. That's a big spoiler. Like, so I'm glad you didn't go into that. But but yeah, all that stuff is like.
But I didn't play that part. I played up until when she wakes up as a young adult and she's getting ready to go to that. I didn't even do that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. But yeah, I really dig that game. I guess I have like 7 hours into it, which it hasn't really seemed like 7 hours, but that's really
no.
That's
when you're not used to games where you have to sneak and stuff. That first hour felt like a damn hour.
Yeah. I know you're not really into the sneaking and stuff, but it does get to where you don't really have to sneak especially if you put it on a lower difficulty. You don't really have to sneak if you don't want to. Like, sometimes you can just avoid things, which is not really being stealthy. That's just like not wanting to be spotted. But some of the parts, yeah, I'll just like bash the shit out of the enemies. You know what I mean? Because I'll sneak around. It plays kind of like Far Cry for me, to where at first I'll try to do the sneaky thing. If I succeed with a sneaky thing, cool. Like, I feel good. But if I fuck up, all right, let's bring out because in Far Cry I would start out with a sniper rifle to try to get things done, but my secondary weapon was this big ass fucking machine gun, like this light machine gun, to where if I fucked up, I just bring out the big thing and just start wrecking shit. It's just, and that's kind of how it's playing. So I really like it, and once you get to where you can ride the things, it's pretty cool. But don't get attached to them, because I don't think you can heal them quite yet. Well, I can't heal it. So one time it got so low health, I had to kill my own horse. So,
you were like Will Smith in I Am Legend.
Yeah, but which is funny, which is like little touches there that they do, to where, like, I thought, if I started trying to kill the horse, that she might have been like, said her normal like fighting stuff, so like I'm gonna get you or something. She don't say that, but something like that, like. But she was saying like things like I can't wait this to get over with. I just have to get this over with. So I was like, wow. Well, it's cool that they actually put that touch to where.
How could you be so heartless?
well, I immediately gone wild and hacked another one, because I had to have me a little horse thing.
All right.
A robot horse. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, just kind of going back between P4 and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I really wanted to play something different, but I'm so behind on my TV shows that I was just like, I'd rather just watch a TV show and then play some RimWorld after. Because I'm like way behind on my my DC TV shows, and like the crossover is happening like next week, and I'm like way behind. Well,
yeah,
I'm behind a week on all of them except Supergirl. Supergirl, I watched like the first 2 episodes, and I have not watched anything since.
Yeah, that's fucking funny, because like you're like behind on everything except for Supergirl, which is the one you don't like.
No. I'm behind like a week for all of them except Supergirl, while I'm behind like 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So maybe I said it wrong. It's late.
It is late.
But yeah, but you know what? I did watch. My coworker let me borrow her copy of Girls Trip.
Girls Trip.
Trip.
Okay.
Holy fuck, is that movie funny as hell? Like, now I know, I already know like the backstory of it. Like they were trying to get funding for the movie and nobody wanted to give it because it's pretty much an all black cast and all black creative people behind it. And then when it was getting ready to come out, they said that it was that projections had it at making $31 million at most, and it was shot for like 15 or some shit like that. And the first week it did like 100 million, and completely shocked all of these companies that passed on the movie. And I think it's sold domestically. It sold like 131 or something, 132 million. I'm not sure what it's done internationally, but it's done like really well because it is a really fucking funny movie. Holy crap, is it funny? It's basically, the movie is about, 4 friends. They were friends, from like, it doesn't say if they were high school friends, but they were college friends, and they were best friends. And over the years, they just kind of grew apart a little bit. And one of them is like super successful. She, her and her husband, she has a successful book. She does talk shows and all of that other stuff. And she gets invited to be the keynote speaker at Essence Festival in New Orleans. And so she sees these 2 ladies talking and she misses her friends. So she uses that as an occasion to get her friends back together for that weekend. And it's just like, what happens as soon as they start getting together, hilarity ensues. Like it is really stinking funny. I have not laughed that hard in a very long time. And even though it's a black movie and there's a lot of cameos, like there's just people that in like random spots that if you don't know that that's a famous person of some sort, like you would completely miss it. Like, of course, my girlfriend doesn't know any of these people. So like I'm saying, hey, that's so and so. Hey, that's so and so. Like one of the ladies, that's a decent part of the movie. She's actually the point of contention. I was like, through most of the movie, I was like, I know her from somewhere. Turns out she's the chick from Luke Cage. And but she's very, very glammed up in this one. So like, I didn't even notice that it was just her. It was the chick from Luke Cage. What's her name? Simone? The one that worked in the bar that, blamed, that helped frame Luke Cage.
Not sure.
The one that worked in the club?
The club?
Yeah, the one that worked in the club, and she helped frame Luke Cage. I'm not trying to say how, just in case just that one person didn't see Luke Cage and go, spoiler alert! That fucking jerk. But I know Blue has already seen it, so Blue is not that jerk this time. But you know that the girl that they paid to frame Luke Cage.
Sure.
You don't remember. Okay, fine. But yeah, she plays in it. And like, and it's just like a bunch of people from all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just really cool. It's just a really stinking funny movie. Not for the kiddos though. Ooh.
I wouldn't think so.
Oh, not for the kiddos. Yes, not for the kiddos, but yeah, it's really funny. Like, and it doesn't matter if, what color you are, what's your sexual orientation, whatever the fuck, like, none of that shit matters. Like, it's a funny movie, even though it's a black movie, but it's a really funny movie nevertheless.
Right.
So you should definitely check that out. I watched it 3 times.
Cool.
Yep. I think that's the only thing that I watched other than the normal stuff. I finished The Punisher. I really like The Punisher, but I'm not gonna be like the hyperbole, like what people are saying that it's the best Marvel TV show, Marvel Netflix TV show to date. That's bullshit. At the highest is 3rd. And you don't debate me, bro. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, seriously, The Punisher is good. I did talk about it a little bit on Facetious, so I won't get too deep in it here. Have you seen it? Okay. The Punisher is really good, but I think outside of the Punisher storyline, it's clear that they wanted to convey a message, and I'm not sure they knew what they wanted their message to be. Because, these shows have a way of preaching to you. Because, Luke Cage, underneath Luke Cage, it was about, like, police brutality, and it was about gentrification, and like the hoodie was an ode to Trayvon Martin, and all of this other stuff that was underneath the surface with Luke Cage, that if you didn't understand what you were watching, you could have just completely missed that while watching the show. But this one, a lot of this stuff is really in your face about, like, veterans after they come home from war, and the Second Amendment, and all of that other stuff.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. That show was all about those things, but I'm not sure that they knew how to properly convey that, especially when if you want to do something that seems to be, in the very least, seeming like it's a little bit anti-gun, but your main character just shoots the fuck out of a whole lot of people. Like, it's kind of, it doesn't quite balance out, but it does delve into, like, what a lot of soldiers go through. I didn't know you were still here. I was just kind of filibustering. You said, hold on.
Yeah. I was back out, but right in the middle of you saying I wasn't going to be like, I'm back.
Okay. But there's some themes there, and I think that they handle some of the themes well, but I don't think they handle it all well throughout.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, like, it's really good. We know that the Punisher is all about his guns. I wish it was less about guns and more about martial arts. But we seen what happens if it's about martial arts and the guy who was doing the martial arts is unprepared. Iron Fist. Yeah. Which I did start watching Iron Fist again with my girlfriend, and I was like, I'm so glad that the Punisher is out now. That's pretty much where I was with that. I was like, you know what? I should just skip Iron Fist and go straight and watch the Defenders again.
Cool.
All right, what you got, and then we can wrap this up.
Yeah, we pretty much had finished Stranger Things the weekend before we had the baby, we pretty much finished it on Saturday.
I have not watched 1 second of Stranger Things.
It's good, but we finished Stranger Things 2, and I really dug it. For one, my biggest thing on why I think it's a little bit better than the first season, even though I really like the first season. The first season is trying to establish its market. Not its market, but its
audience.
Yeah, its audience. So there's a lot of 80s and 90s fan service. Well, 80s. Yeah.
It's pandering.
Yeah, so it's really good, but it's really in your face with that. But so when I describe Stranger Things season 1 to someone, I would say, "Oh man, you got to watch this. It's like The Goonies meets Alien meets X-Files meets E.T." But when I describe Stranger Things season 2, I say, "Hey, you should watch Stranger Things season 2. It's like more Stranger Things. Like it's the they're kind of coming into their own to where it's not the nostalgia.
It's kind of like when you watch an Americanized version of a British show. The very first season is very close to the British show, and then they kind of branch off from there.
Right? Yeah. You kind of like The Office. Like the first season of The Office is pretty much shot by shot. First season of.
I did not like The Office. Like, I could not get into The Office. I never could. Like, I didn't get the Office thing. Like, everyone loved The Office, and I was just like, really? This is what y'all love so much?
But anyway, it wasn't. Yeah, there's the Ghostbusters. Like, a lot of the stuff on Halloween is, has the nostalgia there, and there's like references, like how the one guy works at Radio Shack. He's like a manager at Radio Shack, and it's like, but it's these smaller things, not these like overarching. This whole scene is based on this. This whole, it's more like this is the Stranger Things story, and there's references to those things. Not this is Stranger Things completely having this idea wrapped up in like the Goonies or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it's really good. There's certain things that. There's one gripe that's a little bit spoilery that if we did a spoiler thing, that's the only way I can really talk about that. But it's very small, like it's a very small like little nitpick, I guess. But
I think at some point I do want to watch it. I just don't know when that's going to be.
Right. It goes pretty quick. Like, here's how Stranger Things season 1 with me. The first episode, we were like, oh, that was really cool. Let's watch another one tomorrow night. The next night, we watched that episode. We're like, wow, that was really cool again. Let's watch another one the next night. Episode 3, we watched the entire season. Like, after that, it kind of picks up, and then
But it's only like 6 episodes, right? The first season?
I think it might be 8, maybe. Okay. It's not like a 20 episode thing, yeah. So, but yeah, like, it really picks up to where every episode you're like, I have to watch the next one, because how can we leave off on that, type thing.
Right.
So, and then that's kind of how it flows with the second season as well. So, but our main thing was watching at least through Halloween, the Halloween episode, while it was still kind of Halloween, and then everything else we could kind of, go afterwards, because we were kind of big on trying to, because it was kind of cool that they released it right then, because the Halloween episode was like a really big thing, like back then. That was you like with the Simpsons. The Halloween episodes were like celebrated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the thing. And as of like something noteworthy to talk about of watching, that's really basically it. I watched some more Psycho-Pass, maybe like one episode, but it's been really hard to like sit there and watch something that I'm just wanting to watch by myself, because it's just hasn't been doable. So but yeah, Psycho-Pass is still really good. It's still really kind of morally gray, but it's the only thing I can say about it. But yeah, we can wrap it up.
Okay.
Unless you mention some music or something.
I have not been listening really to anything other than like some radio stations on Google Play, music, and occasionally the Big Crit album, and that's pretty much it. Like I have not listened to anything new since Crit.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't really listened to anything new either. I went back and listened to the album by a hardcore band called Knock Loose from last year. And that's still absolutely devastatingly brutal. But because I was like, man, I want to listen to that again, because they're actually coming to town with a hardcore band that I've liked for a long time called Terror. So they're coming to town with Terror and the band Jesus Piece. So in March. So I actually might try to go to that. It'll be freaking nuts, because all those bands are absolutely insane. But
hey, you gotta make it home to your kid, dog.
Yep. What now?
You gotta make it home to your kid. You can't be out here in the hardcore scene, getting in the mosh pit and stuff like that. You can't be bleeding all over your baby.
Bleeding all over my baby. That's what family's all about, man.
No, our blood is inside of us. Our shared blood is inside of us. I don't want to share any blood outside of you. We cool.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's March, so maybe you might come around too, man. Go to your first hardcore show.
No, I'm good. Nope. Nope. I don't even want to listen to it on like pull it up on my phone or listen to it on the radio. Why the fuck would I want to go somewhere and listen to it in person? Like, that makes no sense at all. Why would I? Well, first of all, I wouldn't pay for it, and I definitely wouldn't let you pay for it.
The thing is, I've heard that before, and which is funny, like, other than a few bands, like hardcore punk and stuff, is not really, unless you're just in the mood for it, it's not really something just to listen to in your car or something. Like, it's actually like made for the live audience. You know what I mean? This, how the songs are structured, how the vocal lyrics are made for crowd participation. Like, they're made to be done live. Like, it's almost like the albums are just there for prosperity.
And I'm the kind of person who avoids crowds.
Well, you shared a Jesus Piece video with me, so I don't know.
I don't know. The video that someone I seen it and said, "Oh, hey, this is the type of music."
Yeah, they were the band that they had the little girl on stage.
Yeah, I just saw the video because it was black people. Like I don't really care. I didn't really care about the fucking music. I just saw black people, and I was like, "Hey, this is your kind of music."
Yeah.
But I mean, the idea of Jesus peace, black people totally makes sense now.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's especially that lineup would be kind of like the lineup for like a like, hey, experience this for the first time, just at least once. You know what I mean? So man, it's a little while. Maybe I don't know. I think it'll be something else.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. Don't nobody need to waste their money on that for me.
You might be like stage diving and shit.
My fat ass stage diving. Who the fuck's gonna catch me?
Well, they'll have to, or you know.
I'm gonna die. Thanks. I really want to think about me dying, but then again, hardcore show. I probably would be thinking about my death. That is the show title. Thinking about my death. So yeah, if that's all you got.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm very sleepy. I don't even think I'm going to play any more RimWorld. That sucks. So this was Sarcasm Live. We will try to get back to you sometime soon. I mean, the show got delayed because my man had a baby and all, and then Thanksgiving and stuff came up. So pushed us off for a little bit. I have no idea when the show is going up. So whenever you hear it, we're glad that you're listening. This has been Sarcasm Live for the homie Chase. I'm Scarfinger. Sarcasm Live. We out of here. Peace out to the
That's
warriors.
right. That's right, everybody. Hit that like and that subscribe.
This is not a YouTube video.
No. Hey guys. Hey man. Thanks for checking us out. You know, I'm that dude. Let's play it. A video game here. Hit like and subscribe if you like the video. Thanks, guys. You guys are the best.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the YouTube videos where they go, after you subscribe, make sure you hit this bell so you get the notifications. Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, just because I liked your fucking RimWorld video doesn't mean that I really want to know every time you release fucking anything. No, thank you, sir. Fuck out of here.
You know, the only thing that I have the bell for is facetious, just because so I can get notifications when you guys go live, but that never really works right. But I do get notifications for every time Blue like goes live with anything. So,
yeah, for now. Yeah, I have that also. And like even on facetious, when I'm there, it still notifies me, hey, Blue online. Like, nigga, I know. Like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, I know. Like, thank you for letting me know. Like, you can't be intelligent enough to know that I'm already here. I'm already in the show. Fucking jerk ass Google.
Jerk ass Google.
That new show title, jerk ass Google.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. All right, I ain't gonna talk.